I think when I first started, it wasn't so much kind of a plan. I didn't kind of think, right, if I do this on YouTube, I'm going to be a star. I think for me, it was just a hobby. It was something I enjoyed doing. You know, I finished college, and I'd go home and tell my mum that I was doing homework upstairs, when really I was actually on the computer recording songs. And I think for me, it was just something that I enjoyed doing. You know, I didn't care whether it was, you know, a million people listening or just my mum and my nan listening to my songs. I think it was more about, it's just something I enjoyed. And I think for me, the fact that it did blow up and the fact that it did kind of go crazy online on YouTube was just kind of out of nowhere. I just kind of did one cover one day of Usher's OMG, and it was like my first cover to ever hit about 100,000 views. And before that, I had like, you know, about 300 views. I was about it on each video, and this one for some reason blew up. And then the next video I did, I didn't know if it was going to happen again, and I did a cover of Neo's Beautiful Monster, which then hit 1 million views. So, you know, it was kind of, it kept growing and kept getting bigger and bigger. And yeah, it was just out of nowhere that it just started to blow up. And I think for me, you know, it was just amazing that that happened, because I never planned for it, I never expected it to happen, it just did. And I think I never really decided, right, I'm going to go through YouTube, I'm going to do this rather than X Factor, I'm going to go through YouTube work. I think it was all about, it was just something that I enjoyed doing, and I knew how to do it in terms of posting it up online, and then it just blew up out of nowhere. So yeah. I think it was my mum. I like this one. I think she wrote it twice because she didn't realise that she'd already posted it. So I think that was my first 2 comments were my mum. So that was great. But other than that, I think, you know, when I started to kind of see the comments from other people that I didn't know, and, you know, comments from around the world, I think that is what definitely kind of gave me the drive to keep going and to you know, so it became something that I love doing, because people seem to enjoy it, and I started to kind of get almost like a mini fan base just online, and people listening to my covers and enjoying it. So I think for me that definitely gave me a lot of confidence to keep going and to getting better and better through just doing it every day. So yeah, I remember it was, yeah, I think it was mainly good. There were some weird comments every now and then. One saying, please give up, and stuff like that. But I looked through those ones and carried on, so yeah, good. Finding kind of the sound of it, I think for me, you know, I've had so many different influences growing up that kind of contributed to the sound of my album. You know, whether it's, as I said, like rock, pop, R&B, hip hop, all those kind of things. And I think for me, it's just very me. It's just very what me and my friends and what people like me would listen to and enjoy. And I think it's, yeah, like songs like Vegas Girl and Can't Say No, but are just very fun, jokey kind of songs. I think that's what kind of really fits me. And obviously there are the songs on the album that I suppose cover the more deep emotional side of things. So yeah, I think it definitely gives a very broad kind of view of me as an artist. So yeah, I think it was a very scary moment, because it was a bit like, okay, right, I've done all these covers and I love them, but now it's time for me to do my own music and do what I want to do. And I think for me, you know, it was scary. I didn't want to let any of the fans down. I didn't want them to be like, oh, you know, I liked it when you do covers, but I don't like you anymore. And I think for me, you know, I think I definitely was able to keep the fans that I had from the covers, and then obviously bring in new fans at the same time. So I think for me, it definitely worked out in a really good way. I think what I didn't want to change was, you know, the way I sounded and my voice. I think what they kind of loved was the kind of the way that I would sing things, and I think I didn't want to change that. Even though I suppose the music that I was kind of singing did change, I think the way I sang it and the way I kind of put you know, what I put into the songs didn't change. I think I tried to keep my voice, you know, the same, the way I sing, the same, and all that kind of thing, to keep them happy and obviously bring in new fans at the same time. And I think it definitely worked out in my favour in the end. You know, I've been able to meet fans that be like, oh yeah, you know, I've been a fan of you since your first cover. And I think for me it's amazing to meet those fans and to thank them, you know, for getting me to where I was in the first place. So yeah, thankful for that. Big statement for him to drop on me halfway through kind of a session. I mean, he kind of just, you know, he kind of was working on the song, he kind of said, you know, I believe that you can do that. And I think for me, rather than just crying and getting really scared, I think it was much more about, you know, allowing that to give me confidence and to give me a massive kind of drive to want to do that. I think for me, you know, yeah, it just made me want to prove him right and prove everyone else that had believed in me from the start that I could do something like that, and you know, get to where I wanted to be, and you know, make sure that they didn't believe in me for nothing. I wanted, you know, I had kind of Pharrell working on my first album before I didn't release anything. You know, he had no idea if I was going to be successful or not, and he believed in me. So I think for me, it was all about kind of giving back and producing and proving them right. So I think for me, hopefully, I can do that. We'll see. I can see the similarities in terms of, you know, we are both young, we did both come through that online thing, but I feel at the same time, the music is slightly different. I think one of the reasons I named the album Contrast is because I had a feeling that people were expecting a young poppy album when they heard it, and I think I kind of knew in my head that isn't what it was going to be. It was a much more kind of mature R&B kind of album. You know, there's a track written by Frank Ocean on there. It's a very mature kind of not really that kind of pop. And I think for me, you know, there are even though there are similarities there are a lot of differences as well. And I think I remember when I first started seeing the reviews for the album in the UK when it first came out, and all the reviews kept saying like, oh, you know, we didn't expect this, we thought it was going to be a Bieber album, and it isn't. I think we were kind of shocked by it. And I think for me, I was like, well, I tried to tell you, and I think I did say ages ago that it wasn't going to be that. So I think for me, you know, I much prefer people, you know, listening to the album, listening to the music, and kind of getting a sense of the differences in it. So yeah. I think the two artists that I would love to collaborate with would be Drake and John Mayer. I think those two artists would be the two ones that I'd definitely love to have a chance to work with. And, you know, obviously at first it seemed a bit unreachable. You know, I walked into, I suppose, an office where my label was. I was like, yeah, I want to work with John Mayer and Drake. And they were like, great. Have fun with that kind of thing. But obviously now working with people like Pharrell and Neo and Frank Ocean, I think it seemed a lot more, a lot less unreachable. So I think I'll get a chance to do that. So yeah, we'll see. So, I look at kind of people like Justin Timberlake's career and think, wow, that's exactly like what I'd love to do. You know.